Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up this room real quick and then we can get started. Today is June 2nd. Here. Each has a Zoom link as well for the premium members. And I think we should be good to go. Cool, looks solid. So what do you guys over here? All right, guys, let me get this link sent out to everybody and then we should be good to go. So just looking at US 30 this morning, it looks like, for the most part, everything looks pretty bullish to me. It looks bullish on the 10-minute, it looks bullish on the 3-minute, looks bullish on the 1-minute as well. So it's all bullish pretty much all around. I'll go back and reanalyze everything shortly just to confirm everything. But here, let me just check everything over here real quick. You guys this link as well. All right, cool. Looks like the links are pretty much sent out for the most part. But yeah, good morning, guys. Looking at US 30 right here, it looks like, yeah, Rick, I wouldn't take that 3-minute. It's just too close to the to market open. So I wouldn't take any trades right now for US 30 because once the market opens, anything could really happen from that point. So I would just hold off on it. Rick just asked about this 3-minute entry over here. I probably wouldn't take it if it closes valid, which it probably won't. We have 5 minutes till market open. You don't. The problem with this, Rick, is you don't want to take this trade, and then as soon as you enter, it spikes the opposite way temporarily, right? Because that happens a lot when market opens. I mean, it could spike in your direction, or it can spike against you. So, I mean, if you want to take that risk, I mean, you can, but obviously, it's not something that I would recommend. So, just looking at US 30, let me just send this out real quick to the rest of the group, and I think we can get started with our analysis. We got about 5 minutes until market opens, so we're not in a crazy rush, but I will go through it and show you guys exactly what I'm, what I'm looking for and what we'll be identifying necessarily. All right, got that sent out right there. Hey, morning, Patricia. Morning, Goldie. Morning, everybody. All right, so like I was saying earlier, so the 10-minute is pretty bullish over here. The 3 minutes bullish and the 1 minute's bullish over here as well. Yeah, I wouldn't take this right here, Rick. I mean, if you really want to, you could probably get in and out pretty quickly. The next, we have about 4 minutes till market open. So it might give you some time to get in and out quickly if you want to, but it's going to be a very risky trade. I personally wouldn't take it. Same here at the 1 minute. This could be a possible entry here, but it's not something that I would necessarily recommend. We'll mark it up just in case so that you guys can follow it if, whoever decides to take it. If it closes with this buy signal right here, this buy momentum signal, possibly. Same here with this 3 minute, same situation there. But it's, obviously it's not something that I would mess with. It's too close to market open. So I'll just mark it up for you right there. Let me check if the zones here are proper. Zones here, okay. Let's back up. Let's redraw these zones right here. Zone right there. Zone right there. All right, we got 3 minutes till market open. I'm just drawing these zones right here so I could identify the any possible entries on the 10-minute for a snipe. Obviously, if you guys are familiar with how I analyze things, I usually analyze stuff from a top-down analysis. If I see a snipe here on the 10-minute, it'll give me confirmation that we should possibly be looking for a buy there. But yeah, just looking at the 10-minute here, it's pretty bullish here on the 10-minute. So this is going to give us a bullish bias right here. 3-minute also bullish bias, and the 1 minute over here, same, another bullish bias. You can see right there that retracement that I just mentioned. That's why I wouldn't have taken any of these trades here, because this is generally what happens. It's not something I would take because it's just too close to market open right here. I mean, I'll keep it marked up so you can follow it if you'd like to, but like I mentioned, it's not going to be a good trade to take. So hopefully you didn't take that, Rick. Took my advice. Let's see. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Win. Morning, Nick. Morning, Peter. Morning, Zach. Morning, Yadin. Morning, everybody. So we'll see where it goes from here. Market opens in about 2 minutes. I'm not going to take any trades until then. It's just too close to market open. Let's see. Right. Overall, the Dow future for June 21 is bullish already. So we'll see where it goes from market open over here. If it's one-sided, or if it's not one-sided, we'll figure out where we could go from here. So Biden, he just proposed a 39.6 top tax rate, which would apply at certain income levels. So this is probably, there's a lot of things in the market that's really pushing price around. All these talk of taxes from Biden is obviously affecting the stock market, because he does mention how he likes to raise, or how he was planning on raising the taxes on capital gains, which, will unfortunately fall under trading profits. So, I mean, we'll see where it goes from there. We got about 1 minute until market open. Like I mentioned, I didn't take any of these trades. I just marked it up for you guys because Rick was asking if this would be a good 3-minute entry. Technically, it's a valid entry, but it's not one that I would take because of the riskiness entering on market open. So we got about 10 seconds for market open. Be watching to see where we take this from here. All right, there goes the market open right there. Some pretty spikes of some pretty quick spikes of volatility right there. Like I was saying earlier, guys, it could easily spike down and spike up. We just really don't know. And that's why I wouldn't take trades on market open, because it's just, you're gambling at that point. So we're looking at this right here. It looks pretty bullish to me overall. Yeah, very bullish right there. So we do have a bullish bias overall. It's bullish on the 10 minutes, bullish on the 3-minute, bullish on the 1 minute over here. Obviously, I'm not going to take this trade here, but we'll be waiting for that confirmation. In order for me to take this buy here, I would need this to close as a strong bullish candle right here, which it didn't. So no bullish candle there. So we're not taking that trade at all. We got to wait for it to confirm. So like I mentioned before, we need this next candle over here to close as a strong bullish candle. If this closes like this with the sell signal intact, we're not going to take the trade yet. We're going to wait for it to swing back up for a buy. So same situation here. This is exactly what I was mentioning, right, Rick? This is why I wouldn't take it, because I said on open, it can easily spike down. So it's still bullish right here on the technical side. On the 10-minute, it's above the pivots. It might just reject off here and swing all the way up. Who knows, right? Anything could happen at this point. So we're just going to follow it. So we're going to follow it. We need a strong bullish candle to confirm the bullish move, and then we'll hop into it. Looking over here at the Dow index, it's majority green. So looking at this, it's up about 60 points right now. If it goes up above 100 points, then that's probably going to be an indication that we should take a buy. But looking at this right here, we're not going to take any entries until we get a buy signal. We need a buy signal, and it needs to close above this area right here to confirm that bias. If it doesn't close above there, then we're not going to take it. So this is what I mean about not taking trades on market open, because you can see this big spike down right here. And this is exactly what we were anticipating, right? If you guys go back and rewind the replay, this is exactly why I wouldn't take any trades before, like right before market open, because something like this will happen. So yeah, just delete that right there. And then we'll follow through with our actual entry for the day. So market is moving kind of weird again today, just like it did yesterday. If this is the case right here, we're just going to hold off on the breakout entry, or we'll just wait for some scalps after, once the market is smoothened out a bit. But yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, it might just reject off the pivot and then come all the way back up. But we don't really know what's going to happen yet. The good thing about today is that there's not very much news. So looking at the calendar over here, we had Canadian news. We have this light USD, IBD, TPP, economic optimism. I don't think it's going to affect it very much. This was new. This wasn't here yesterday. And then the Fed's going to speak at 11. So we have a couple hours to take some trades. And yeah, I mean, that's how we're going to take it from here. So looking over here, we'll see where it closes here on the 10-minute. This still has about 6 minutes left on this candle. So it's got a lot of time for it to bounce around until it determines its, its direction. If this happens and it comes down like this is completely fine, because we're not even in a trade right now. So if we're waiting for that, we're just going to shift to a bearish bias, because it's going to shift. But what might happen here is this might spike down, and then it might spike all the way up on the next candle, which happens a lot. Or you'll see a big wick right here. Like this will just end up being a huge wick, and it's going to close rejecting off one of the pivots, right? And it's just going to spike up from there. So we'll wait and see what happens from this point. Obviously, this would have been a self scalp on the 3-minute, but obviously I wouldn't take it because this is a big manipulated move right here, just like what happened yesterday, right? So this would have been the scalp right here off market open. And in the same situation here, this would have been the scalp right here on the 1-minute if someone would have waited for that. But like I mentioned, it's a risky trade because the fundamental side was bullish. So I wouldn't have taken this anyways if I saw it. Obviously I want to take trades when things align, but the market this week, it is NFP week. It's a holiday week, and it is also the first of the month. So first week of the month, there's a lot of reasons for it to be moving like this. It's just, this is how it is in the beginning of the month. That's why I usually take it easy for NFP week. So we'll see where it goes from here. Let me go back to this over here. It looks like it's shifting to the red side. So now as it's shifting to the red side, that's completely fine, because now we can start shifting our bias to the sell. So the thing is, if it's red here, majority red plus technical show red, that's completely fine, because we'll start selling instead of buying. But this is a huge candle right here. So I'd be careful what happens after this. This is about 1,000 pip move right here. What could happen from this point is price will either correct back up, or it'll keep pushing down further. So either way, if it does one or the other, that's completely fine with us, because if it continues to push down, we'll just wait for a retracement here. And then we'll catch it as it continues down further, right? This is no big deal. I mean, this is all about being patient and waiting for that opportunity. So hopefully you guys aren't in any trades right now. It is moving pretty crazy at this point. Let's see, Dalton said the NASDAQ 100 is up. Maybe Dow 30 is lagging. Let's see. Refresh this real quick. Yeah, possibly, Dalton. So looking at this here, the Dow future is up. I mean, they're all pretty much up overall. But for the daily, it looks like, here, let me just refresh this again. Yeah, overall, all of the indices are technically up right here. So yeah, it's up 85 points for the Dow. It's up 8.5 points for the S&P. It's up 20 points for the NASDAQ. So for the most part, everything looks pretty much up right now. So as you can see, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. Dow 30 keeps shifting from red to green. It's not necessarily all red right now, but we're going to wait for it. Okay, so the technicals right now are showing a sell. We still would have to wait for this to close right here. Until this closes here in the next 3 minutes, then we can confirm that it's below the pivots and that it's shifting into a possible sell bias, but it hasn't closed yet. We got to wait for the candle to close for it to confirm that. Morning, Jay. Good morning, Harris. Yeah, Harris said buys look good today on S&P. So yeah, I mean, all of the indices right here are technically green, just looking at it right here. Let's refresh that. So like I was just saying right now here, so like Dow futures are up, S&P's up, NASDAQ's up, oil's up. So it looks overall bullish, but we'll see. I mean, that could change it could change quickly if the technicals start to show a different direction. So we're not going to take the breakout entry today. Hold off on that. It's just a lot of crazy market movement today. But the technicals here, if this closes below here, which closes in about 2 minutes, you can see the timer right here. That's going to indicate that, price is shifting the other way. And that's fine because it's going to do the same thing here for the 3 minute. So it already shifted here on the 3 minute. What we're looking for here is for it to swing up or retrace up and then swing back down. That's where we would take that sell on this 3 minute. Same with the 1 minute here. This is completely fine. We want it to retrace up and then we'll catch it as it continues back down. So no biggie there. It's just, it's going to be a game of patience, not to enter trades too early because you don't want to get caught in any fake outs. Also looking at the sentiment over here, sentiment's starting to shift to the bullish side. It's 53% right now. So a lot of retail traders are going from short to long. And the reason for this, because if you guys followed us yesterday, it was like 57%. The reason why it started to increase was because of this big bullish push right here, right? The problem with that was a lot of people kept selling. So like, that's why you don't get caught in these traps right here, because people kept selling and then the number kept going up here on the retail side, right? So it went from like 50 to like 59, almost 60%. And then as soon as people entered down here, whoever entered from this bottom down here ended up getting stopped out, right? Because it pushed up almost 1,500 pips right here. Yeah, technically exactly 1,500 pips. And then from that point, the market's just playing with these people, right? They let them hop into the sell here. They stop them out. As soon as they hop into the buy, it drops all the way back down. It's like clear market manipulation right there to trap retail traders. So that's why we got to be a little patient with these entries here. This candle closes in about 40 seconds. So once this candle closes, it's going to confirm that US 30 has shifted on the technical side to a bearish bias. So from there, we just need to confirm on the fundamental side, or if the fundamental side stays in the middle, that's completely fine too. It's not a big deal. It's just, our bias is going to change from long to short. So looking right here, it's down 18 points, not a big drop, but overall, it's still pretty down on the red side. Looking at the other indices right here, everything's starting to drop, right? The Dow 30 is down 24 points. S&P's down almost 1 point. NASDAQ is starting to drop as well. So we'll see where it goes from there. But there's a confirmation. It's starting to drop, right? So that's it for US 30. Now it's either going to retrace back up or it's going to continue dropping. Looks like it's probably going to continue dropping from this point. Now we're going to look on the 1 minute. This is going to be our time frame right now. Reason for this is because we're waiting for that retracement up and then we're going to catch it as it comes back down. Same with the 3 minute here, but it's going to come on the first before the 3. So we'll look on the 1 minute here, take some scalps. Let me turn on my alerts so that we can follow through with this here. All right, all my alerts are turned on right there. And there you go. See what I was mentioning before? One of two things will happen here on the 10-minute. Price will either retrace back to where it was originally, or it's going to keep dropping down here. If it retraces up like that, it's completely fine. That's what we need. We need that retracement up. So there's a 1 minute signal there. That's completely fine. We're just waiting for that retracement up and we're going to catch it as it comes back down. So there we go. All right. Just gotta wait now. Literally just wait. Okay, we got about 30 seconds left on this candle. We want that opposite signal. We want this buy signal here so we can push up. And then as it comes down with another sell signal, we'll catch that for a sell. Just keep in mind, guys, today's gonna be a risky trading week. Today and the rest of the week, it is NFP. So you're definitely gonna see some unusual market movement as price continues to bounce around. So just looking at the indexes right here, they're all green again. It's really confusing when determining what our bias is because things just keep shifting back and forth. I mean, there's a couple stocks here that are really strong. Visa's up 4 points, Boeing's up 2 points. But then things are starting to shift to the red side, which is completely fine. So we didn't get that buy signal there. That's completely fine. We're just going to wait for the next confirmation. And it could be an invalid buy signal too. There's no requirement for it to be valid or invalid, because in reality, we're looking for a sell here. We're not looking for a buy. All right, so we're going to follow through with this here. Hey, morning, Sam. Dion said, I'm guessing bearish today and bullish again tomorrow. However, with NFP week, you can get caught in a seesaw. Yeah, exactly. For with it being NFP, there's going to be a lot of whipsaw movements. They'll go back and forth. That's what I was mentioning before. It's probably going to swing up and it'll probably swing back down. But we'll we'll see. We'll see where it goes from here. Because the bias was still pretty, I mean, the bias is still bullish right here. Obviously, you can see it's green. It's up 10 points now. So we'll, we'll see where it goes from there. But we're just going to wait for that confirmation. So looking here on the 1 minute, we had that buy signal there. So now we're just looking for the sell. If it comes back down, we could possibly take that sell, or it might just correct back up to where it was originally. So here on the 1 minute, we already have that retracement up. Now we just need a sell signal down, and then we can possibly take that for a short, or for just a quick scalp on the 3 minute. I mean, on the 1 minute. 1 minute's gonna be a quick scalp like that. 3 minutes gonna be, and we don't have a buy signal here yet, so we need that buy signal in order for us to catch that way. All right. So we see it coming down right here. Just gotta wait for that confirming signal. Once we get that confirming signal, we can take it. Obviously, we can take it down. So we'll see where it goes from here. We got about 40 seconds left. I could kind of anticipate a sell signal to appear here. If you guys are trading on the 1 minute, you guys gotta be really quick to get in and out. You guys can't get greedy. If it hits TP, you gotta pull out right away. All right. Nothing there yet. Yeah, the fundamental side is it's right down the middle, which is fine. It's cool if it's down the middle. I'd rather have it down the middle than super lopsided like it was yesterday. Because if it's lopsided one way, it couldn't easily it can easily move back and forth. Just looking at the indices over here, let me see if anything's updated. They're all kind of bullish now. So we'll see where it goes from here. If it continues to push up bullish, I might hold off on this 1 minute. I might just wait for the 3 minutes to confirm it as it comes back down. 6:45 or 15 minutes into the market. Big spike down, but other than that, not really much else to look at here. So as you guys can see, it's starting to correct back up, right? I already marked up this 10 minute from market open. It's going to do one of two things. It's going to correct back to where it was originally around this area here. So it's probably going to correct back to this area here. That's what it looks like. And then when it corrects back to this area here, it'll do one of two things. It'll either continue pushing up higher, or it'll fake you out and then come back down. Right? There's a lot of fake outs today. Not just today, but this entire week. So yeah, it looks like it's coming back up. So I'm not going to be looking for any sells just yet, because obviously it's starting to correct back up. You don't want to get caught in this trap. This is how people always get trapped, because they see this big red candle right here. And what they do is they try to hop in for the sell, right? Because they're like, oh, it's dropping heavy. It's going to have to keep dropping like it did yesterday. It doesn't have to. It could correct all the way back up to where it was originally, and then actually continue pushing up higher. So if you guys followed my analysis in the chat yesterday, I did mention this, that I was going to correct back up, and this is exactly what it did. So it corrected back up right here. And that's how I locked in my profit last night. Looking at my trades over here, I locked in about 1,401 account. And then on my other account, I locked in 1,360. So I did catch that buy there. I was just waiting for it to correct back up. I was mentioning like literally all day yesterday it was going to correct back up. And then what happened? It corrected back up like where it was supposed to go. So that might be what's happening here. This might have faked some people out to enter the sell, and then it just corrected all the way back up from there. We'll see where it goes from here. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. I'm going to wait for the market to show me any signs of direction, and then from there, I'll probably enter some trades. So big bullish move there, and it's going back exactly where we anticipated. So it's back to where it was. So it's playing out just exactly how I marked up earlier. This is a common move. This happens all the time. This isn't something that only happens once in a while. This is actually pretty normal after the opening candle. So looks like we might be bullish for the day, just like I anticipated from yesterday. Get the index right here. It's starting to push up. It's now up 35 points. All of the indices are up. Let's see. So all the indexes are up. The Dow Jones is up. S&P is up. NASDAQ's up. Russell 2K is up. They're all up right now. So there we go. That retracement up. We'll just delete this because it's already back up. So now from this point, this is what I mentioned earlier, right? So now that it's gone back to where it originally was right here, this is when market opened. Now that it's back to here, it'll do one of two things. It'll either continue pushing up higher, or it'll come back down. It'll fake out the people who are hopping into this right here. Because you guys just have to think about it like from a psychological perspective, right? If you're a retail trader, like imagine you don't have anything on the chart. If I just take everything off the chart right here, you don't have any of my tools. If you saw this drop right here, if you're a brand new trader, what would you have done? If you saw this drop right here, you're like, oh, it's dropping. I'm going to have to enter the sell, right? You're like, okay, I'm going to enter the sell. And then what happens? You get stopped out, right? And then what happens right here? You see this big bullish move. If you see this big bullish move, what do you think is going to happen from here? Whoever got stopped out from the sell, they're going to enter a buy, right? They're like, oh, it's pushing back up. It's going to have to correct. So they enter a buy. And then what happens from this point? It spikes back down and stops them out again. It just stops them out in both ways. That's why you have to wait for that confirmation to confirm the direction of price, because you don't want to hop in for a buy right here. And then what happens? It comes down, stops you out 2 times. So now you've lost 2 trades if you chase this movement down and then you chase this movement up. You don't want to fall into that trap right there. It's a lot of people fail at trading because they don't know what they're doing and they just follow how price moves. So looking at that right there, we'll see what happens from this point. We got about 30 seconds left on this candle. When this candle closes, it'll probably go up or it'll probably go down. So the next candle following this will probably be the determining candle. It'll probably indicate the direction of price, or it can just keep going back and forth. Like I mentioned, this is NFP week, so this is nothing new here. All right, so this would have been a 3-minute scalp here, but I'm not going to take it. Like I mentioned, there could be a possible fake out again. So I'm not going to take this, but I'll mark it up for you guys. That's the 3-minute scalp right there. And we'll just see if it plays out. Obviously, I'm not going to take the trade because this can easily just come all the way back down. See how it's coming back down right here? We're going to wait and see what happens after this. So this candle will probably be the leading candle. So if it closes above this area over here, then it's probably going to be bullish, just like we anticipated earlier. But if it doesn't, then it's probably just going to keep ranging within this area. It just keeps going back and forth within this little area right here. So I have this marked up, but I didn't take it. We're just marking it up to follow it. Just keep that in mind if you guys are looking at this here. It's not something that I recommend taking because, like I said, there could be a fake out here that might spike all the way back down. And that's exactly what's happening right here. See the huge wick on both sides? It's showing indecisiveness in this candle. So this candle is going to close with huge wicks on both sides. There you go. Big wicks on both sides. So like looking at that right there, it's hard to tell, right, where it's going to go because it's a huge wick on both ends. So I personally wouldn't have taken this trade here, but we'll follow it and we'll see where it goes from here. A short scene said to look at the 1-hour candle. Yeah, huge wick on the bottom side right here. So if this becomes the case, this is actually going to be a snipe entry right here. So we got about 10 minutes left on this candle right here. So nice identification of that short scene. So if this closes right here, then this is actually going to be a snipe entry. Like check it out. Every time we have a snipe entry in that direction. So look right here again, same situation. Another one right here. We had this buy signal, snipe entry right here. Look how big it shot up from that point. Shot up like almost 3,000 pips. So that might happen again right here because we have rejection off the pivot over here. So if that's the case, this would be another snipe entry right here. So I think our bias right here will be for a buy. If that closes right there in the next 8 minutes or so, this candle has about 8 minutes left on it. If it closes below there, this is going to be a snipe entry because we have a rejection off the pivots. We have a rejection off the structure. We have a buy signal right here. All confirmations have been met. So that would be a snipe entry right there. So we'll see where it goes from here. I mean, if that becomes the case, thanks for reminding me about this or identifying this short scene because you were on point with that identification right here. So yeah, on the 1 hour, this is actually a really good spot right here. So I think if that becomes the case, and we'll start looking for some buy scalps as we continue. I'm so tempted to enter this right here, but I'm not going to because it can easily retrace back if it wants to. So yeah, we got about 7 minutes left on here. This is perfectly fine. Right here, we have a retracement on the 1 minute. That's cool. We'll get that retracement and we'll catch it as it swings back up. And this is why I wouldn't have taken this 3 minute because now you're going to get a lot of wishy-washy. That's what I would call it wishy-washy movements here on the shorter time frames. So as you guys can see, it's doing exactly what I mentioned, right? It got back to where it was originally, and it's either going to continue up or it's going to continue down. In order for me to confirm that push up, I wanted to close above this area right here, but it hasn't done that yet. So it hasn't broken the structure here. Not really structure, but area of price to confirm the move. All right, so it's still got like 6 minutes left on here. See where it goes from there. And this is actually going to be another snipe entry right here as well. So looking at this on the 10 minute, if we have a wick rejection off this pivot right here, it's also rejecting off the structure. So this is going to be considered a K2 snipe entry. We still have 5 minutes on the candle though. So we have to wait for that to close before we can take this here. All right. So it goes at 3 minutes, shifting back up. This is fine right here. We actually want this to close with that invalid signal so that we can catch it as it swings up. So we want an opposite signal here, and then we'll catch it as it swings back up the other way. We got about 5 minutes left on this 10 minute. We have 5 minutes left on this 1 hour. Once this closes, this can give us, that confirming close that we need. Yeah, looking here on CNBC, everything's bullish now, aside from the Russell 2K. So the Dow Jones, the DJ 30 is up 50 points. S&P is up 7 points, 8 points. NASDAQ's up about 35 points. Yeah, it looks overall bullish right here to me. So like I mentioned, we just got to wait for this to close. We got about 4 minutes left on this 1 hour and 10 minute. If it closes right there, it's going to give a confirming snipe entry off the 10 minute, but for sure, it's going to give a confirming snipe entry here off the 1 hour. See if there's any other entries here. Yeah, not necessarily. All right, so we got about 4 minutes left. We'll be waiting for it. Yeah, Nick said we should try and form a strategy around retracements. There's a lot of room to make profits. We already have a strategy for that, Nick. It's called the K2 pullback strategy. You basically look for an opposite. So like looking at this right here, you know how we have the retracement down? We would just have like a buy stop right here. And then we would catch it as it comes up right there in that direction. But these retracements here are different. These are NFP retracements. So I personally wouldn't apply it here. I mean, it could still work. You can see right here, obviously, you'd have your buy stop right there. And then as it fills right here, it goes straight to profit. But these retracements are a little different compared to normal ones because this is more so like manipulated retracements, right? Because like it'll come down right here, it'll retrace up, and then you expect it to come back down, right? But it doesn't come back down sometimes. Sometimes it just keeps going. So I wouldn't, I mean, you could experiment with it, Nick, but I don't think this is probably the best time to experiment. Probably wait until the market goes back to normal, maybe next week when it's not NFP. So I still got this 3 minute running right there. Market's going to close in about 3 minutes. So this next 3 minutes is going to be the time for confirmation. Well, we'll see where it goes from there. So looking at this here on the 10 minutes, see how we have this huge wick off the bottom? This is going to be considered a snipe entry right here. Or technically, no, it's not. Sorry, guys. I'm mistaken by that because we need a buy signal here. We don't have, or if this closes with that buy signal, then yeah, we'll have it. But it technically hasn't closed yet. So if this closes right there with that buy signal, it'll be a snipe entry on the 10 minute. It's also going to be a snipe entry right here on the 1 hour. So we'll see where it goes from here. All right, we got about 2 minutes left on this candle right here. This 10 minute, if it closes like that with that buy signal there, we have the rejection off the pivot and structure. Then that would qualify as a snipe entry here, a 10-minute snipe. I'll zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. If it doesn't close with that buy signal, it's not going to be a snipe because we need that confirming move before we take that trade. Here on the 3 minute, same one that I marked up earlier, still running in profit. Here on the 1 minute, we still need this to retrace down before we take that there. So I'll just put an alert here so that we can follow it if and when it does hit CP for whoever took it, because I did mention, you guys can take it if you want to be risky, but obviously I'm not trying to take any unnecessary risk right now. I was waiting for that confirming close right here. So we got about a minute left. If this closes like that, it's going to be a snipe entry above. And then same here on the 1 hour. This would be an entry here as well. We got 50 seconds left on this candle right here. But obviously you can see the market is moving kind of funky right now. So looking at this here, the Dow 30 is up 75 points. If it goes up above 100, that's going to be the bias. Obviously it's just some small movement here though. So yeah, if you guys want to take these trades here, I mean, you guys can, it's just going to be risky. So you got to wait for this to close first. It hasn't closed yet. We have 30 seconds left on this 10 minute. We got about 20 seconds left. Looks like the 1 hour is going to close here. So I think we're definitely going to have a bullish bias here. And this is going to be the entry for a snipe on the 1 hour. Also snipe here on the 10 minute if it does close. We got 10 seconds left on this candle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. So this would be a snipe entry right here for whoever wants to take it off the 10 minute. So that'd be a snipe entry right there. But just be careful, like I mentioned, these are going to be risky trades. So there's a full TP right there off the 3 minute. So whoever took that, that already hit full TP off there. For the 3 minute, obviously you can see it didn't trigger the alert right here, but you can see there you go. 3 minute scalp full TP. So if you guys took that trade there, full TP, I might try to ride this up a little bit, but I'm going to wait. I'm not going to just hop in right away. I'm going to look for another entry. So here's the 10-minute scalp right here. I'll just set an alert for this as well. So whoever entered that 3 minute, I mean, you had a lot of opportunity to enter it, but I did mention that it was a risky trade. So probably a lot of you guys didn't take it. If you guys were risky, then you guys would have hit your TP off that. I'll just give you guys an update in the chat for whoever was taking it, because it did come around here. So you had about 1, 2, 3 opportunities to enter the scalp here. So if you did enter that scalp there, that that would have been your full TP. It spiked right past the target right there, and it's still pushing up as we speak. I want to enter this, but I'm going to wait for it to go back to entry, or I'll probably look for another entry here on the 1 minute if that becomes the the case right there. So I'll just give you guys an update right here. It looks like Alan took it right here. I'll look at his profits. Yeah, Alan took that buy there. He made about 1,206. So like I mentioned, if you guys know what you're doing, and if you guys see that entry there, you could have taken it. So nice work, Alan. Alan just texted me right now at 7:01. So he took that buy scalp off the 3 minute right there. Congrats, Alan. So nice work. So some of you guys did take some nice trades here. you know, not everyone's taking it, but if you guys did take it, congrats to you guys. I didn't take it myself, but I'll just give you guys this update here for whoever whoever took it, right? All right. So we got that right there. And some of you guys did lock in some nice profit this morning. So William over here, he locked in about nearly 1,000, about 811 right there. Patricia locked in 1,416. Tam over here locked in 187. Stanley locked in about 1,016 over here. Yeah, so he locked in about 1,016 right there. His other account, he's up 2,208. Gene Vaughn over here, he was up 229. Stanley again yesterday up nearly 5,000 right there. And obviously, you know, of course, my trades over here, I was up about 1,460, and then my other account 1,360. So you guys did pretty solid so far with your trades. So let's see if you guys have profits you guys want to share, just go ahead and post them in the group over here, and then we can take a look. Yeah, Josh, that's my baby bro. 3 minute, that's Josh's strategy. Cheryl over here locked in about 1,000 on her account. She locked in some nice trades right here. I'm not sure if she took that scalp, but she did just lock in a couple trades just now. So it looks like you possibly did off of these wins up here. So you made about 1,000 off that trade. Nice. So yeah, nice work, Cheryl. Nice work, everybody. If you guys have profits you guys want to send over, go ahead and send them over. I'll add them to the list. But you know, like I mentioned, today's going to be somewhat of a risky trading day. So I'd just be careful if you guys decide to take any of these trades. And if you guys do, you can take a smaller lot size if need be. So we're done with this trade here on the 3 minute. Now we're just looking for a retracement down, and then we'll catch it as it swings back up. Same with the 1 minute over here. We're looking for a retracement down, and then we'll catch it as it continues back up. So we got that right there. 3 minute, 1 minute, 10 minute over here. This is a 10 minute snipe entry. Tempted to enter it, but I'm gonna wait a bit. I'm gonna look on the shorter time frames. I'm just gonna scalp within that scalp. So that scalp's the full scalp that's moving, but I'm gonna catch it as it swings back. So looking at the indices over here, everything's pretty green. Green on the Dow Jones, green on the S&P, green on NASDAQ. Everything's green overall. So market looks pretty solid for the most part, but you know, we just don't want to get caught in any fake out. So I'm not going to take this snipe entry here, but I'm going to catch it on the 3 minute and 1 minute as we get some entries over here, because it's bound to retrace back, right? It's going to have to retrace at some point, and I just don't want to get caught in that retracement. So what I might do is I might wait for the retracement down, and then if I enter here on the 1 minute, I'll just hold it until it hits full TP here on the 10 minute. So there goes the there was a pending signal right there on the 1 minute. We'll see where it goes from there. All right. So we're just waiting for this right here. Once we get that there, we'll so Jeff is short NASDAQ right now. I'll pull up. Yeah, I guess I can pull up NASDAQ for you guys real quick. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to enter it, right? So see how this is retracing down right here? This is why I wouldn't want to enter it, because I'm just waiting for it to retrace down here on the 1 minute. And then as it swings back up, I'll enter that buy, because it's bound to retrace back. I mean, the type of market we're in today, it's just a lot of back and forth movement. So let's pull up NASDAQ real quick. All right, so looking at the NASDAQ right here, Jeff said he's in NASDAQ for a short. Let's see where he's trading at right now. See if there's any snipes that could qualify where price currently is. All right. All right, all those zones drawn up right here on NASDAQ. So looking at this over here, let me see. Yeah, Jeff's in for a sell. I probably wouldn't be in for a sell. Looks like it's going to skyrocket right here. It's going to reject off this point. This candle closes in about 3 minutes. So if this closes right there, it's going to skyrocket all the way up. So Jeff, you're probably going to get fucked, dude, if you're in for a sell. Because right here, it's going up. Obviously, we have a snipe right here as well. So if you took any of these snipes right here, like if you took this snipe right here, you would have had a full TP right there already. So you took a snipe entry right there, full TP, like about 250 pips. And then again, same situation right here. If it closes right there with this green candle where it spikes off there for 2 minutes, it's going to be another snipe entry right here as well. So, I mean, good luck to your shorts, Jeff. Hopefully you made some profit off it, but yeah, it looks pretty solid right there. So looking at the 1 minute over here. Thanks, Nick. So we're back at US 30. What I'm looking for here is a buy signal. If I get a buy signal right there, I'm going to hop into this quick buy scalp. Just keep in mind, you guys got to be really quick and in and out of this quickly. So we don't have that buy signal yet. So there's no confirmation for an entry, no entry yet. This is probably going to be, there you go. There goes that buy signal we were looking for. We just need it to close. Once it closes, we can hop into that, that buy right there. So, I mean, we'll see where it goes from here, Jeff. This isn't necessarily guaranteed to go up. We need it to close in the next 2 minutes. As a snipe entry right here. If it closes as a snipe entry, it'll probably shoot up further. But we really don't know. Okay, perfect. So Jeff's out. Yeah, Jeff said I'm out. He made 450 bucks. Nice work, Jeff. So yeah, risky trade there for you to hop into that sell, Jeff, if this ended up closing right there. So yeah, no, I'm glad you're out. You made your profit. You're good. You're good for that move. Going back to the 1 minute over here, we're still looking for that buy signal. In order for us to take this buy, right here, we need it to close with the bullish momentum signal, which hasn't happened yet. All right, so no entry there. Possibly this next one. Got another minute left on this candle over here. All right. Got about 40 seconds left on here. There's obviously going to be no entries here on the 3 minute. This one already hit full TP, the one that we were looking at earlier. And then 10-minute snipe over here is just going to keep bouncing around. So we got about 20 seconds left on this candle. Still needed to close. We got about 15 seconds right there. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. No, it's not closing. All right, maybe the next one. Another pending buy signal right there, but it hasn't closed. So as you guys can see, the market is moving kind of funky today, like just how it did yesterday. It's not really moving directional at all. It's kind of just bouncing back and forth. All right, so the Dow is still up 60 points right now. Looking at the other, well, I just saw something here. Trump blog page shut down for good. All right, so they just shut down Trump's blog page, permanently shut down. Still doing some stuff with Trump. All right, so looking at everything here, everything is bullish though. So we'll see where it goes from there. Yeah, the stocks here look pretty bullish. So our bias here would be a buy for US 30. It's starting to slow down a lot. All right, so we got about 5 seconds left on here. If it closes with that buy signal, we can take it for a buy. If it doesn't, we got to wait for that buy signal. All right, so here we go. Volatility starting to pick up again. We got about 50 seconds left on this candle right here. The 10-minute snipe is bouncing around from this point, but I'm not going to enter yet. Gotta wait for that confirmation right here. All right, we got about 40 seconds left on here. Snipe shooting back up right there. Yeah, it's trying to push up pretty heavy right now. Yeah, 10 minutes pushing up real nice. So I might hop in a little earlier. It's gonna wait for it to close and then I'll probably just hop in. shit, I accidentally clicked it. Whoops. Fuck, I'm already in the trade on accident. I gotta wait for it to. So this would have been the entry right here. So there we go, as it shoots up. And there we go, full TP off that. So I'm already out of the trade, guys. So that just hit full TP right there. For whoever caught it, if you're quick enough, I mean, this is a 1 minute. So you guys got to be, I'm already out of the trade. I'm not going to play around with it. I'm going to wait for the next one. So I made some profit off that. I mean, not very much. I made about like, because I entered and the spread was kind of wide. So I made about 400 bucks off that trade right there. Yeah, so if you guys want to enter it, I mean, don't enter it now, but if you guys did enter it, if you guys made profit, just go ahead and send it over. If you didn't, it's fine. Just wait for the next one. I'll just send you guys my profits here. That thing moved like way too fast. I couldn't even really control it. So I'll just show you guys my profits here. I made about some profit off that. All right. So I'll send you guys my profits, but I wouldn't enter that trade right now. I ended up getting it a little early, but that already hit TP off of that. So looking over here, I'll just give you guys an update for whoever ended up getting into that trade. So this is why it's important that you guys understand the strategy and you guys are able to apply it yourself, because it moves that fast, right? It happened within a few seconds. And I'll show you guys my profits to confirm the, that move there. So let's see, Shawn over here, he took it as well. So Shawn took the buy there, took a win on the first one. Looks like he had a small loss here, might have been an accident. And then he had another win there to cover it. So he had a total of $116 in profit for the, for the day so far. So let me show you guys this right here. Mark 2, let's see. Nice. So Mark took the trade too. You can see Mark's on a smaller account, but he made some pretty nice profit off that. He's up 22 bucks for the day. So as you guys can see, it doesn't matter if you have a big account or a small account, you guys can still lock in some pretty solid profit here regardless. Vincent over here locked in 219 on GCAD. Nice, dude. Yeah, so you guys are doing pretty good overall. I'll send you guys my profits here as well. But as you guys can see, the market moves really fast. So you guys have to, I mean, it's key that you guys understand how everything works here, right? So that you guys can hop in. And here are my profits here. So as you can see, no losses for the day. Small profit right there, small profit right here as well. But it adds up. I'm up about 1,816 on that account. I'm up 1,616 on this account. So in total, I'm up nearly 4,000 for the day, which is not bad, given that we've only been trading for like 30 minutes. Yeah, okay, so let me just give an update here. Why is it not letting me update here? Nice. Yeah, nice work off that, Vincent. So Vincent caught that perfect entry right there off GCAD. Let's see. That's 30. Yeah. So I'll just send this over to you guys here as well. And this is why you guys got to get out real quick. So if you guys have been following me from the beginning of the session, I said not to get greedy. Once it's TP, you got to pull out, because something like this will happen where there's a lot of whipsaw movements back and forth. And this is fine, because now that we've already had this, we're just going to wait for the next entry. So if it pulls back like that, completely fine. We need an opposite signal anyways, and we'll catch it as it swings back, the other way. So looks good right there. Let me see if there's anything else for us to look at as we continue on. No entry here on the 3-minute. We're just going to look for this to retrace down. And then as it swings back up, we'll catch it up again. So it's pretty much just a waiting game at this point, guys. I mean, a lot of unusual market movements is why it's very important that you guys are careful with your trades, because you don't want to get caught in these pullbacks right here, because these pullbacks could get pretty nasty off that. Nice, Jay. Yeah, so Jay, he took it as well. Jay locked in about 360. Nice work, bro. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So Jay said his goal for today is 800 to 1K. You should be able to lock that in, Jay. You just got to be, just got to be consistent with it. Don't get greedy. When it hits TP, get in and out. We're here on the 1 minute, so it's not a big deal. You're going to have more entries. So I know a lot of people want to just hold on to it long term, which is fine. You can do that during normal market conditions. But today, market's going to go back and forth. So you're better off getting in, making some profit, pulling out, doing it over and over again, right? Because right here, you can see we have an opposite signal. The next signal is going to be a buy signal. What do you think that's going to mean? Another scalp down here. So the thing is, if you didn't get out of this scalp right here, you'd be in some drawdown right now, right? So the thing right here is we could have double dipped for another scalp right here to just pretty much hit it a second time. And we get in for better entry down here. That's why it's important that you guys get in and out quickly. So you guys got to be really quick with this. It's best if you guys have the indicator so that you guys can have this on your own screen so that you guys can just hear me talking, but you guys can be analyzing it yourself. So you're like, oh, Shawn says to enter here, and you're just waiting for it on your own screen, and then you enter right away. That's the best way to do it. Because if you guys are entering trades like blindly, you don't have it marked up on your chart, it's going to be hard for you to follow along, especially if we're trading on the 1 minute because it moves way too fast. So we got another pending buy signal right here. We have about 40 seconds left on the candle. Looking at the 10-minute right here, it did push up to TP2 already. So if you guys took this trade earlier, it already hit TP2 right there. So I'll just mark this up, and it's still running up to full TP now. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So we got a pending buy right here. 20 seconds. All right, I'll be watching for this right here. We got about 8 seconds, 5 seconds. Doesn't look like we're going to get that signal right there. It's completely fine. Let's wait for the next one. All right, waiting for the next one. So just waiting for this to close right there. Here's a 10-minute scalp. If you took the 10-minute snipe, it technically already hit TP1, so you probably would have wanted to pull out of this. You would have locked in 250 pips right there. If you took a 10 lot like me, that'd be about 2,000 profit. But yeah, I mean, we're going to play it safe today for the most part. And I'm probably not going to use I'm going to have a mental stop loss, like I mentioned. Obviously, you guys know what the stop loss is, but I'll probably have a mental stop loss because there's just the way the market's moving. Price might retrace a little bit. And if it does retrace, my breaking point is going to be down here. Like when it gets down to 1,000 pips, or not even down there, maybe like 750 pips, somewhere around there. That's where I'm like, all right, I got to pull out. But because of this back and forth movement, you need to leave some space there as a safety net. So if you guys are trading and you guys aren't comfortable yet, use a smaller lot size, or always remember to close down profit when you can. So no entry here yet on the 1 minute. We're waiting for that momentum buy signal to come up and close. Once it closes, it'll confirm that move for an entry off the 1 minute scalp. Here on the 3 minute, there's obviously no entry, so we're just going to ignore this for now. The snipe entry over here as well. It's still pushing up. It's already at TP1, but it's probably going to push up even further. So if you guys wanted to take this trade right here, you guys could have taken it. There's a lot of opportunity in it. You had about 6 opportunities because you kept bouncing around this area over here. So we'll follow through with it right here. So there you go, pushing back up further. Going back to the 1 minute over here, we just need it to close. We got about 8 seconds left on here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm in the trade. So you guys got to be careful, right? You guys got to be careful. It swings up to full TP. You got to pull out. And you just got to be quick. Like I mentioned, I don't have an actual stop loss here. This is a mental stop loss down here. My real stop loss is going to be somewhere down here below the pivots at 500 pips. But that's just a safety net, right? Just because how the market's moving, just got to be careful. So let me just mark this up right here so that we can follow it. So yeah, I'm just gonna be watching from there. But I mean, the market's moving super slow right now, so we'll see where it goes from there. Let's see. So we have a couple mental stop losses here. We have one right there, one right here, and then the real one's going to be way down here. So this is going to be, if it ever drops way down here, this is where I'm for sure going to be pulling out. But if it drops to here, I'm probably going to hold off on it because it's probably just going to keep bouncing around. You know, this is what generally happens. Sometimes it'll come down, reject off the pivot, and then come all the way back up, right? It'll go like right below it, and it'll come all the way back up. Or in some situations, it'll come all the way down here, below the pivots, and then it'll just spike all the way back up. So that's why I use a mental stop loss, guys, because right now, this is just how the market moves, right? When the market's moving normal, we don't have to do this because it just moves smoothly. But right now, the market isn't moving smoothly. So that's why we have different areas to look out for. But when it does reach profit, you know, you got to remember to pull out when you can. So just keep that in mind if you guys are following along. But, you know, like I mentioned before, it's better if you guys actually understand the strategy and you guys aren't following blindly, because in some situations, you just have to get out really quick. So there we go as it swings back up. The 10-minute snipe over here looks perfectly fine. It's already at TP1 right there. 3 minutes fine too. There's no entry there though. But yeah, we'll keep watching this here and then we'll see where it goes from this point. Man, this market's really slow. It's surprising for like 7 o'clock. Usually from like 6 to 8, it's usually moving pretty quick. There you go with that big spike up right there. I'm ready to close it once it reaches TP. I have my finger on the close button. So I'm literally just waiting for it to shoot up. I'm doing everything manually because I don't have time to set a TP or a stop loss, especially on the 1 minute. It moves too quickly. All right. Just watching it right there. There it goes. It pushes up further. Damn, it's like barely moving. It's watching it. Man, I hate when it does that, when it's like it ranges on the 1 minute. Usually on the 1 minute, it just goes straight to profit or it pulls back a bit, right? Right now, it's just going back and forth, even on the 1 minute, which is kind of annoying. All right, still watching right here. All right, there we go. It swings back upwards. So I'll go back and check the bias over here as well. Let me check the CNBC, see how everything's moving. Everything's pretty bullish. You can see the Dow Jones is up almost 100 points. That's exactly what we were looking for, right? I was mentioning that. There it goes. It's above 100 points. So now the bias is very strong bullish for the Dow 30. Very strong bullish. S&P's up 11 points. NASDAQ's up 28 points, but the Dow is definitely up almost 100 points right there. So the bias on the fundamental side is definitely going to be bullish. And there we go. We're back in profit right here. It's about to hit TP. So as it goes up, I'll be ready to close out in profit. All right, come on, let's go up further. All right, almost there. All right, almost. A few more pips up. Fuck, man, it's so close to the TP. Yeah, I mean, it's just a waiting game at this point. Just gotta wait for it. I'm like tempted to just put a TP, but the problem with me putting a TP is that the pricing here is not going to be the same as FT market. Let me see if I could just put a TP there anyways. 3, 4, 6, 9, 3. I know it's going to be off by like 20 points or 20 pips, but whatever. I set a TP there on mine. But I'm still going to close it manually if it shoots above it. It's just annoying having to wait for it to bounce around like that. So let's see. Damn, this thing is really not moving, huh? There we go. Oh my God, come on. So close. There you go. All right, so I'm out in profit. It closes me out. So I locked in full TP off that again, off that 1 minute. There you go. I'm just gonna, I mean, it'll trigger the alert right now. There you go, full TP right there. So I'm already out in profit. So there we go. Another full TP right there for you guys. And I'll just give you guys another update over here in the group. So whoever took the trade, congrats. Nice profit off that right there. There we go, another one in the books. Man, market's freaking weird today. I mean, it's not that weird today. Yesterday was weird. Today is just, I don't know, it's just annoying how it moves. Okay, so Shawn over here, he took it as well. He locked in about 255 for the day. He locked in about 147 off that one trade. Nice. See, William over here, he said, thanks, bro. My first day making over 1,000. Congrats, William. So William made it 1,349, no losses today. He's taking all the trades that I'm giving you guys. So straight wins right there. Nice work, William. So congrats to you right there. Nico over here as well. Nico locked in 73 off that first trade. He said literally in and out. And then he had another one right there. He locked in another 156. So both of these 1 minute scalps, if you guys are following me, you guys can see other people here locking in profits as well. Alan over here again, he said definitely not waiting for full TPs, but Alan is up 2,000, about 3,000 right here. So nice work, Alan. Alan's up almost 4,000 for the day. Congrats. So yeah, you guys can see here, if you guys follow me and you guys listen properly and get in and out when I say to, you should have no losses, right? Everyone here is straight wins. Alan straight wins here, almost up 4,000 for the day. Nico straight wins here as well. He's up a couple $100, 200, $300. Let's see. Yeah, William over here, straight wins, no losses. And I'll send you guys my profits as well. So let me just forward this over. So if you guys listen and you guys learn these strategies and do things properly, like how I mentioned, you guys should have no problem locking in profits every day. So there we go. Another win right there. I'll send you guys my profits as well. So this is why I said, you have to pull out. If you don't pull out, you're gonna get caught in this drawdown right here. You guys have to listen. Let me take another screenshot of my trades over here. So I'm up 2,000 off that account and then this account as well. Another 2,000. So I'm up almost 6,000 for the day already, or 5,000 actually. Sorry, my math sucks. Lamar said, just passed my FTMO challenge objectives. Now to just pass the day. So nice work. Another K2 member over here just passes FTMO. Congrats, Lamar. So he's done with his. He's all good. Tariq over here, no losses, right? Tariq as well. He's up 172 bucks for the day. Doesn't matter if you have a big account or a small account. You can still profit with me here. No problem. Whether you're on FTMO, whether you're on your personal account, it doesn't matter. You guys can profit here regardless. So I'll send you guys my profits as well over here. So let me see. So yeah, here's mine right here. So Tariq is holding actually. So he has another one. So Tariq, he's up 172 with his closed trades. He's holding another one right here. He's up 300 bucks. So nice work. He's taking the, looks like that's the snipe entry, right? The first one that I showed you guys. So this one over here, he's probably holding to full TP. So, I mean, there's no reason for you guys not to be making a ton of profit here with me today, as long as you guys are following my guidance and you guys understand exactly what we're, what we're doing here. So there we go. So there's my profits right there. No losses for the day. I'm up 2,426 on this account. I'm up 2,171 on the other account. So I'm up almost 5,000 in total for the day. And that's just this morning. We only been trading for like less than an hour. So nice work amongst everyone here. You guys are doing pretty good. So if you guys have more profits you guys want to send over, go ahead and send them over, and then I'll add them to the list of profits for the day. Let's see. Kyle said, I was freaking out. I clicked the wrong button. LOL. Couldn't navigate my open orders. So Kyle, he kind of screwed up a little bit over here, which is fine. It happens sometimes. He just kind of panicked a little bit because Kyle here is brand new to trading in general. Like, you have to, if you're brand new in trading, you guys could follow. He still made 317 for the day. So he made a couple of mistakes, which is fine. Shit happens sometimes. But overall, he made it all back. So up here, he kind of screwed up. He lost about 500. So if he didn't lose 500, he'd be up about 1,000 right now, which is completely fine, right? It's cool. Mistakes happen. Shit happens. You'll make it back at some point. But the good thing is that you're in positive for the day, right? Every day you want to close net positive. Doesn't matter if you have losses throughout the day. Obviously, you wouldn't want losses. These are all mistakes here. So the thing is, if Kyle didn't make these mistakes here, it's his first time using MT4. So, give him a break for taking those wrong trades. But if he didn't have those losses, he'd be up, nearly 1,000 now for the day. And he doesn't even know how to trade, guys. Like Kyle here, this guy's brand new. He's like homie from home. He's like my friend here in real life. He just saw me making profit. He hopped on, just copies what I do. And he did pretty good. So nice work, Kyle. I don't know if you're here on the live session. I think you are, you should be. But yeah, no, definitely nice work, Kyle. You'd have been up 1,000, but it's all good. Yeah. Win is a win, right? That's the mindset you guys have to have here. Eunice, he's up 8,000 for the day. So Eunice has made the most profit for today. Eunice is another member here in K2. He traded gold, he traded US 30, GU. So as you can see here, if you guys know how to apply these strategies on your own, you guys can make way more profit doing it yourself. You don't have to just wait for me to call these little scalps here. You can literally just do this on your own. So nice work, Eunice. You're up 8,306 for the day. Congrats. I want to Tesla over here. One of our newer members, he has a smaller account. He locked in 16 bucks for the day. Not bad at all. So he said his first trade's on US 30, straight profit. Nice, guys. Yeah, we have a pending 1 minute buy right there. So we'll be looking at this right here. If it closes, we'll possibly take it. If not, we're just going to wait for the, for the next one. So it doesn't look like it's going to close here. No, so no entry off that right there. I'll wait for the next one. So nice work, guys. You guys are doing pretty good so far. Paul over here, Paul is trading. He did the same thing. Paul is trading the Dow Jones, exactly what we took there. He's up 1,289 for the day. So as you guys can see here, he's holding it. So he took the opening, the snipe entry right here, and he's holding it all the way to the top. He's riding this on its way up right here. So nice work, Paul. So this is what I mean, guys. If you guys understand the strategies that I'm teaching you guys here, you guys can manage it however you like. Paul over here, he has it lined up perfectly. So he is already following it, and he's just pretty much just letting it ride, right? Because he saw that snipe right there, that little wick, and now he's just pretty much riding it to the upside. So right here on the 1 hour, it's playing out exactly how we thought. We had a snipe entry right there, and there you go, nice in profit. So if you held on to the 1 hour from earlier, you'd be up like almost 500 pips right now. So yeah, I mean, depends on your trading style, depends on your depends on how you want to hold trades. If you're okay with holding it long term, that's fine. But for me, I'm more of a scalper, so I like to get in and out quickly. So instead of me locking in like 1,000 off one trade, I'll take 2 trades and I'll lock in the same amount, right? It gives me comfort not having to risk a trade and holding on for too long. So yeah, nice work amongst everyone here. You guys did pretty good. So if you guys have more profits, go ahead and send them over. I'll add them to the list here. But other than that, like you guys can see here, these are, I save everyone's profits here in K2. So if you guys have a specific day where you traded and you're like, oh, I wonder if K2 profited on that day, just let me know what date. I can pull up. We have profits for years right here. I literally save everyone's profits. So if you want to go back to like a random day, like May 24th, right? Paul was trading with us here. He was up 1,000 trading gold and US 30, right? If you want to go to a random day, like May 20th, right? May 20th, Kyle will be here. He locked in 5,000 or about 6,000 right here. So if you guys have a day where you guys were like, oh, the market was weird that day, I wonder if K2 made profit, you guys can go and ask me like any day, because we have days and days and days of profits here. Literally, these are members' profits. They're not even my profits. You guys can see here the timestamp, May 14th, John was up 8,000, May 13th, Charwell was up $100. May 12th, CC goes up $4,000. It just doesn't really matter what day it is. Where there's never been a day where not one K2 member has profited. So if you guys are wondering, some of the trades, just let me know, and I can pull up the exact date for you, and I can show you exactly who profited that day, what trades they took, what strategies they applied, and then you guys can see that we're fully transparent here. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else for us to look at. Peter said KT needs to make a music video called Profit is Profit, right? All right, so here you guys can see it's starting to pull down a little bit. This is why we don't hold on. Well, I personally don't hold on to trades longer. I'd rather just, I'll let it pull back and then I'll hop back in as it swings back. So thing right here, it's retracing down. As it swings back up, if it closes above the pivots, then yeah, I'll hop back in. But obviously there's no signal there yet. Here on the 3-minute, this is perfect because we have this retracement down. Now we can take the 3-minute upwards if we see a signal appear. Here on the 10-minute, obviously you can see it's here. I'll just give an update right here for you guys who are looking for this snipe entry over here. So let me just give you guys an update for whoever's holding this here. Yeah, I'll just give you guys a little update here for this, just so that you guys can, because some of you guys close out early. So, I mean, that's fine if you guys close out early, but a lot of you guys want to just have that update where I post it in the group so that you guys can see where the trade's at, right? Because some of you guys don't hold it to full TP. Sometimes you guys hold it to TP1, which is completely fine. So I'll just put that there because a lot of you guys message me and you're like, hey, can you give an update when it hits TP1 so that I can pull out, or if I know that I should probably pull out because it's starting to get risky and stuff like that. And I'm here to help you guys out. I'm literally here to make sure that everyone can stay as profitable as possible. And in some situations like today, it's probably best for you to, if you can't handle the risk, it's probably best to just close out at TP1 or so, which is fine. But I think it's going to push up. It's probably going to push up and hit full TP. Not a big deal. We'll be waiting for that to to play out eventually. It's just going to take some time. So back here at the 1-minute, we're just looking for a buy signal here. Same with the 3-minute. If we get a buy signal here, then it's going to be an entry here off the 3-minute as well. All right, I'm just going to mark this up a little bit here. And then the same with this right here. If we end up getting a signal, all right, it's just gonna be a waiting game at this point. So if you guys have more profits you guys want to send over, go ahead and send them over to me. I'll add them to the list. But for now, you guys can see my profits for the day, no losses. I pretty much made back what I lost yesterday. So yesterday we lost that breakout entry. I'm almost back up. I lost about 7,000 yesterday, which is not a big deal because I made 3,000 prior to that loss, or 4,000 prior to that loss. So I'm up 5,000 right now on these two accounts. And then I was up. Oh, here, I'll just show you guys. Okay, so yesterday I was up. What was yesterday? Oh, the first. No, not yesterday. Yeah. So okay. So the day before yesterday, I was up 4,000 right here on one account, and then I was up another 4,000 or 3,000 here. So like this plus this, I was up about 6,000, and then the other trade after that, I was up about like 1,000 here and 1,000 here. So with that said, those combined, I was up 8,000. We lost a trade yesterday. It was about 7,000 to 9,000 around there. So I pretty much covered my losses from, what was it? I think Tuesday, and now I'm up in profit. So this is why it's important that you guys use proper risk management, because if you guys use proper risk, you guys should be able to bounce back from any losses. And we don't really lose very often. We probably lose let me see what the results were from last last month, actually. So for May, we only had, so here's our trades for May for indices. We only had 2 losses in the entire month of May, right? So the thing is, if you are able to stay consistent, you can eat those losses. Not a big deal. It's eat the losses, move on to the next one, make the money back, right? And that's what I said about yesterday, right? A lot of people are freaking out. They're like, oh, I almost blew my account. And the reason why you guys almost blew your accounts is because you're not using proper risk. If you guys listen to me and do what I say, then you guys should be able to survive any small losses that we have. We had 51 wins and 2 losses last month, guys. Like, There's no reason for you to blow accounts if you have 51 wins and 2 losses. The only reason you blow your account is if those 2 losses, you're risking your entire account, right? There's no need for you to max out your lot sizes for every single trade. I know a lot of you guys get greedy. Sometimes you're like, oh, Shawn never loses, so I want to take the full lot size. And then you end up losing. You're like, damn, I should have just listened to him and used proper lot sizes. So just keep that in mind, guys. Yesterday we had 1 loss. That was 1 loss probably for the entire month. So yeah, it's a consistent growth, guys. Don't try to get rich overnight. If you guys follow me here, look, I'll just show you everyone's profits, right? Some people here take a lot of trades, like Eunice over here. He took like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, probably like over 15 trades, right? He's up 8,000. You can do that if you want, but he's using proper lot size. He's not using anything crazy. For me, I'm only taking like 3 or 4 trades a day, 1 to 4 trades a day, and I'm up pretty nice already. Like I'm satisfied with this. So just keep that in mind. Don't get greedy, use proper risk, and don't over trade. Unless you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, then it's fine. Peter said, like I mentioned yesterday on here, 1 loss today, 5 wins tomorrow. We about to hit that target, right? Exactly, Peter. Now you're spot on with that. So here's another snipe here, or actually no. I thought I was going to close with that signal, but it didn't. So we'll wait for the next one. And as you guys can see, it's starting to bounce around a lot. But yeah, just like I said before, guys, if you guys follow directions, use proper risk, don't over trade, exit when you're supposed to, you guys should have no problem. But I pretty much recovered all of my losses from yesterday, even though it's just 1 loss. I recovered all of it. I'm in net profit for the week so far. Right, Nick? Yeah, Nick said close, LMAO. Yeah, because I was looking at it too. I'm sure Nick was looking at it as I was. I was literally about to open my MT4 and hit buy. But it ended up swinging down. So it was really close though. I know you were looking at that same time as me, Nick. So we got about 15 seconds left on here for it to close. If it closes, we'll take this for another scalp on the 1 minute. Doesn't look like it's going to close here. It's invalid. All right, so no entry off that. And there's a reason why we wait for that, right? If you guys got in early, then you'd be screwed because it's just bouncing back and forth. So we're just waiting for it right here. It's only 7:44. We got a lot of time. Let me see if there's any news coming up soon. There's nothing. So the only thing we're looking for is the Fed. Fed's speaking at 11. So we have a couple hours until then, which is it's pretty solid. So we'll try to catch as many scalps as we can until then. And then from there, we'll we'll see where it goes from that point. Yeah, overall market is kind of, it's volatility has died down a bit. It hasn't really moved much. You guys can see here from down here to here, it's only moved 200 pips. 200 pips is nothing. Generally, when it's moving fast, it's moving like this right here, like 1,000 pips, right? It's only moved 200 pips. It's like literally little to no movement from that point. All right, there goes that buy signal right there. Momentum buy. All right, we're almost there. We got about 40 seconds on this candle, see where it goes from there. And then from that point, we can, nice. Jeff said whack ass day, gave back like 1,800. Man, Jeff, you're taking some risky trades, bro. Oh, but you're good. Jeff here, he already passed one of his FTMOs. He's looking for his second one right now. Yeah, Jeff, you got to stay consistent, bro, so you can pass that second FTMO. But yeah, Jeff, he's already done with his first FTMO. Jeff's only been with us for like so long now. He's only been with us for like, what, a couple of weeks now, but he's been on point. Just got to stay on point. Just avoid as many losses as possible. Main goal should be not to lose. That's my main goal. It should be everyone else's main goal too. Because the thing is, if you guys don't lose, you just keep compounding those profits, right? You can't go broke taking profit. So sometimes it's best to take profit when you need to, but especially right now with these market conditions, yeah, volatility is just dead right now. You guys can see, obviously, each candle right here is only moving like not even 10 pips. It's barely. Depending on the market moves like this gets me lazy. But yeah, the 10-minute here is still running. The 10-minute snipe, the 1 hour snipe there is still running. And then the 1 minute scalp over here too. We got about 20 seconds left on this candle right here. 17 seconds. If it closes invalid, we're not going to take that trade. Just have to wait. So we got about 10 seconds left on here. We got about 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm in the trade. All right, so I'm in this scalp right here. Set an alert there. All right. Try to set a TP here for my thing, if possible. 3, 4. All right, so I got the TP set there. I don't have a stop loss set. I'm just, you know, like I mentioned, mental stop loss. Not really, expecting it to drop, but the mental stop loss is there. You know, a couple mental stop losses. It's like one right here. I'll just mark it up here so you guys can see. Mental stop loss. Mental stop loss down here, because we just don't know how price is going to move, right? Price is bouncing around back and forth, especially right now with how the market's moving. There's just a lot of back and forth movement as we go here. All right. So like I mentioned before, mental stop losses, just in case, but I mean, the market, this is how the market's moving right now. It's back and forth. Lots of back and forth movement here. So spikes right there. Let me check the Dow Jones over here. Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirits failed drug test is confirmed. I don't know how that affects the market, but it's on CNBC. Yeah, I don't know why it's on CNBC. It's kind of weird to have something like that on there. But yeah, all of the indexes here are still pretty green. Dow Jones is up 76 points. S&P's up 11 points. NASDAQ's up 35 points. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, everything looks pretty good for the most part. The Dow Jones for the day is up 74 points right here. Let's refresh that right there. Overall, the Dow index right here is pretty green too. So yeah, everything's pretty much outweighing. It's just market volatility kind of died down a bit. But looking at everything here, it's pretty green. Visa's up 4 points. Boeing's up 2 points. Amgen's up 2 points. Microsoft's up almost 2 points. Same with Caterpillar, up almost 2 points. So just looking at this here, they easily just Visa alone outweighs the entire red stocks over here. So the fundamental bias is definitely bullish. I mean, it's pretty clear here. Just like one stock here covers the entire red stocks down here. Let's check the sentiment. Sentiment's still 54% short. It looks like a lot of people are still trying to short the market, but I mean, obviously everything's pointing upwards, right? So not really much to look at over here. So we'll see where it goes over here. And yeah, I mean, the market volatility has just died down quite a bit. Let me see if there's any other news here that I might be missing. I just want to make sure we're not missing any news events. So if you guys have any, if you guys know of any news events that I don't see here on the list, you know, maybe you can just let us know so that we can know when to not trade. But I mean, for the most part, I think everything looks pretty solid overall. So yeah, no, everything looks good here. The only thing that's coming up is the Fed speakers at 11. So probably like around 10, that's when the market will start to move a little funky, like an hour before, because then that's when people start to speculate in the market, right? They're like, oh, the Fed member is going to say this, Fed member is going to say that. So like some people start to put a lot of buy orders in or a lot of sell orders because they like to shift price, or they like to manipulate price before it gets to that point. And that's normal. Right? That's just the market. This is a game. Like a lot of people say that trading is like gambling, and they're right. It's literally gambling, but it's just that we gamble like we're the house because we have an edge in the market. So just keep that in mind. All right, so let me go back to the Dow over here. You see it's pushed up. It was at about 70 points earlier. Now it's at 84. Let's see if there's anything else over here. Yeah, there's not really much for us to look at over here. I mean, everything here is pretty much just bouncing around for the most part. Back on the 10-minute over here, it's just bouncing around. It's not really moving one way or the other. It's kind of just ranging down in that area. It looks like a lot of people might be pulling out because of the Fed speaking soon. So I don't know. There's different factors in the market causing people to just pull out. Because when volatility is low like this just means that a lot of people aren't trading at the time, right? It's just low volume. Let me check the volume here. I mean, volume's not that bad. It's at 70,000 right now. 70,000 volume at this moment. The futures volume is a lot lower. It looks like 61,000. Yeah, I don't know how volume normally is, but I'm pretty sure it's like above 100,000 sometimes. Or I mean, that's when it's like moving back and forth really quickly. So let me see if there's anything else here for us to really look at. I mean, there's not really, personally, I don't think there's too much to look at right now. All right, I think I might have some connectivity issues with my internet, guys. So if I get disconnected, I'll try to hop back on, but I'm trying to load this right here. It's not loading. I'm not sure if you guys are having connectivity issues with my screen, but looks like my internet's kind of getting a little choppy right now. Here, let's see. Yeah, so Paul said on 30-minute, 1 hour, printed a nice dragonfly doji. Extra confirmation to take the buy. Yeah, definitely. I saw that too. Let's see. Miles said, "Sup, Shawn, since I'm still new to the group, can you please tell me how many pips points are the TPs from TP1 to full TP on the 1 minute?" There's no TP1 for the 1 minute, Miles. The 1 minute moves too quick. Like it's only 100 pips for full TP. So there is no TP1 for the 1 minute. It's it just moves too fast. So there's just one target for the 1 minute. I mean, 100 pips isn't very much, right? Because you have to factor in the spread, you have to factor in fees and all that stuff. So for the 1 minute, it's just full TP, 100 pips. So it'll be 10 points, which is equal to 100 pips. There's a TP1 for the 10-minute because it's a bigger move. That's a 500 pip move. So TP1 for that would be, so this TP1 right here on this 10-minute trade would be 250 pips because this is a bigger move. But on the 1 minute, it's only like 100 pips, like up to here. So there's really no room for you to have a TP1 there. So just to clear that up for you, Miles, if you were curious, because I do see that your question there is referring to the 1 minute. So it's just one TP. Yeah, no problem. All right, man, this market, let's get it going. So I'm just looking at the chart right now. Market volatility is super dead. There's like literally no movement. It's just going back and forth. This 10-minute candle right here barely even moved. Let's see. So the body right here, it's only been moving like 20 pips. That's like literally nothing. The entire candle has only moved 200 pips, which is really, really small compared to, every other 10-minute candle here. Like, this previous candle over here, this moved about 500 pips. The one following that moved about 400 pips. So as you guys can see, the market volatility has died down a lot. So I think after this trade, I might sit out for a bit and then just watch. Because the thing is, you don't want to enter a trade, like you don't want to trade when there's like no volatility in the market, right? Especially scalping. Like if you're doing intraday trades, that's completely fine. But if you're scalping, you want the market to actually move. Because if the market's not moving, you're going to get screwed because it can just go sideways for like a long time. And then all of a sudden it might just spike, right? It'll just spike in your direction, it'll spike against you. And if that becomes the case, then you're going to get burnt in some trades because the market is just, it just can't make up its mind. I mean, same with this right here. You see these patterns right here that are coming out. If the bodies are super weak, that just means that it just goes up one direction and then it just comes back down to where it was before that candle opened. And if that's the case, that can give signs of possible reversal. So you guys just have to be aware of how the market's moving. Generally, you don't want to trade when the market's it's different when the market's ranging. So it's different if the market's ranging back and forth. That's completely fine. Back and forth is fine. But when the market is just flat and going sideways, that's where you don't want to trade, because that means that it's getting squeezed out, right? So it's squeezing for a breakout. So it's probably going to go sideways for a bit and it's just going to break out like one way or the other. And you don't want to get screwed like that, because if you're scalping, you could get caught in some slippage. I mean, depending on your broker, most brokers usually don't have a lot of problem with slippage, but if you guys heard of slippage, it's sometimes where price passes your TP or stop loss, and then it just doesn't trigger and it continues to go because there's a burst of volatility right there. So, I mean, there's a lot of factors that make it risky. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that when market is going, when the market's just going super slow, like how it is right now. Let's see. Jeff said shorting NASDAQ again, 250 pips on NASDAQ K2. Nice, Jeff. Jeff, send over your profits. I want to see what you did off that. Yeah, so Jeff took NASDAQ trade over here. He shorted NASDAQ. I guess he took a quick move right there. So yeah, he did. He caught this big spike right here. So this is what I mean, guys. The market's kind of funky right here. Obviously, you can see I did mark this up earlier. So if you guys were following my analysis of NASDAQ earlier, I did mark this up and I showed you guys that there was going to be another snipe entry. So if you took any of these trades that I marked up for you guys here for NASDAQ earlier, I marked one up over here. So this hit full TP for 250 pips. And then again, over here, there was another snipe that I identified when we were looking at it previously. So they both hit full TP. If you took any of these trades that I marked up for NASDAQ, if you guys want to rewind and see what I marked up using the snipe strategy right here, they both hit full TP. So just keep that in mind. And Jeff, he locked in some profit off that too. Jeff said, I'm changing a dirty dive for game 5. Yeah, so Jeff just had a kid recently. So Jeff has a new son, and he's been trading with the kid around all the time. So yeah, no, definitely, Jeff, nice work off that if you caught that drop right there. But it did hit full TP if you guys took the snipe entry that I marked up earlier. So going back to US 30 over here, it's finally pushing up to where it's supposed to be. There we go. It's pushing back up. Back on the 1 minute, it's pushing back up right there. That's what we're looking for. And we're probably going to pull out when we get to that point, when it pushes up right here. I have my TP set. I don't know if my TP is too close. Like I mentioned, the price difference from TradingView and MT4 is a little different. It's off by like 20 pips, I believe. So if it closes me out early, I'll let you guys know. But we'll just see where it goes from here. Hopefully it just spikes up real quick and then just shoots right through the TP. That's what I'm looking for right there. Here's the 10-minute snipe over here. It's moving its way up to full TP still, not there yet, but it's on its way up. So there goes that right there. Possible entry over here off the 3-minute. All right, so there's a scalp entry right there on the 3-minute. So there you go, off that over there. So that, oh my God, fuck, the thing closed me out too early. Damn it. Or actually, yeah, no, okay, it did close me on profit. Okay, so full TP off that right there. It like tripped me out. I'm like, the hell? I was tripping out for a second, guys. Sorry. I was like, man, what the heck? Like it was it like spiked up and then it pulled back. So I was like wondering what happened there. And it didn't close out my trade, but then I looked at it, I'm like, okay, I locked in about 1,000 off that trade, so it's cool. So full TP off this, it did exactly what I said, right? So I was telling you guys, I was like, we want this to spike up real quick and shoot right past our TP, and look what happened. It spiked up real quick and shot right past the TP right there. So this is what I'm talking about. Market is crazy right now, guys. You guys got to be careful with these trades here, because you never know when stuff like this is going to happen. So there we go, another full TP right there. If you guys want to send your profits, feel free, go ahead and send your profits. I will give you guys the update right here, and then I'll update you guys with my profits as well. All right, so there we go. Another full TP right there. Alan over here, nice work. So Alan said, damn, you're on fire. Yeah, no, definitely. We're on fire today, Alan. No losses. Where's Peter at? Peter, we hit that goal. 5 wins, 1 loss for the week, right? So yeah, no, definitely, guys. Great work amongst everyone here. Straight wins, no losses. Nico said, so are we doubling every scalp? Yeah, so Nico over here, he's up pretty nice, dude. Nice works, Nico. So Nico's up. He locked in about, yeah, a little over 500 for the day. So nice work, Nico. My counting's off, so I might be wrong, but yeah, you guys did pretty good so far. Mark over here too. Mark's up 25 bucks. Doesn't matter if you have a big account or a small account, you guys still profit here with me. Let me see what else we got over here as well. Yeah, Mark said a real head scratcher. Let me just, I'm gonna go and take a screenshot of my profits as well to show you guys. That's good. All right, not bad. I thought I locked in about 1,000 off that trade, but I locked in 890, which is, it's not bad. Yeah, I mean, profit's profit. I'm not going to complain about making $1,000 off that one trade right there. We were waiting for a while for it to finally freaking hit. And now the market's just moving kind of funky, which is okay. It's just the market. All right, so there we go. There's my profits right here. Just gonna go ahead and put that right there. So here we go. No losses today for me, straight wins. So, you know, like I mentioned, guys, yesterday we had one loss. I already made back everything plus another 4,000. So I'm up 4,000 for the week so far. Yeah, I made about 890 off that one trade right there. Total, I made 3,281 for the day. You can see the day tab right there. My other account over here, I'm up 3,026. So in total, I'm up 6,000 for the day, 6,300 because 6,281 plus 3,026. So here, I'll just do the math right here. Show you guys what I'm up for today. 3,026. All right, yeah, so I'm up 6,308.64 for the day. So Alan said, done for the day, got to get back to my fucking job. Yeah, no, Alan's got to go back to his normal job. So some of you guys here still work your day jobs, which, you know, you can see Alan locked in probably more here than he did at his normal day job. So Alan locked in some nice profit today. Congrats, Alan. So Alan probably locked in, let's see. He locked in 2,000, 3,000, about 4,000 for the day. So 4,000 one day. I'm sure this is way more than you make at your day job. Alan's on his way to quit his job. I think he sent his message over here the other day. Yeah, because if you guys can see, Alan, every day he sends me his profits, right? This keeps him in line because when he sends me his profits, it keeps him accountable. He's like, oh, I got to send Shawn profits. I got to keep my shit up. Like I can't be screwing around. So here's Alan's profits for the day. He's up. I can even do the math for you here. So he's up 951 plus 582 plus 164 plus 364 plus 1,206 plus another 1,206. So Alan is up 4,473. I'm sure this is way more than you make at work in one day. It's probably your whole paycheck right here, Alan. Your bi-weekly paycheck. So no, definitely great work, Alan. You guys can see Alan sends his profits to me every single day. This isn't the only day he does well, right? This is today. He locked in about 4,000. This is yesterday, June 1, right? June 1, he locked in about 2,000, 3,000 right there as well. So for this week, he's probably up about 5,000. On 30th, he was up 1,700. On the 28th, he was up a couple $1,000 here too. 27th, every day he's making consistent profits, right? On the 27th, he was up 7,325. As you guys can see, if you learn from me and you actually learn what I'm teaching here, look at Alan. He's had no losses in like over a month, it looks like. The entire month of May, straight blue, right? He has no losses, literally 14,000 on the 21st. You know, he made 14,000 one day with me here. And literally one day, and he was like, yo, Shawn, I'm about to quit my job. So the day before that, so on the 21st, he made 13,000, the other day 15,000, and you guys can see every single day he stays consistent. He shows me his profits every day because he knows that if he doesn't show me his profits, he had one loss here, you know, in March. So the last time Alan had a loss was on March 22nd. One loss right there, only $400. Every day since then, straight profits, right? So, you know, if you guys stay consistent, you guys follow directions and don't get greedy, you guys should have no problem, you know, being as consistent as me, because I don't have any losses either. If you look at my trades here, I took only about 5 trades for the day, no losses for me on both accounts. So just, you know, keep that in mind. If you guys have more profits you guys want to send over, feel free. And I'll add them to the list over here. So I think that's it for this right here. Let me see if there's anything else as we continue. Yeah, crazy spike off that one right there. So yeah, no, definitely. Nick said feels like it's getting prepped to move fast, and that's exactly what happens. Yonan said getting bored 1 hour till midnight in West Oz, cracking a beer. Nice, Yonan, definitely. But yeah, guys, like I mentioned before, guys, whenever that happens, this is why it's risky when you hold on to a trade when price is just going sideways, because when you do that, it's getting prepped up for a breakout, right? And that's exactly what happened here, breakout in our direction, which is perfectly fine. So other than that, I think that's it for the 1 minute right now. Let's see. 3 minutes still running right here. If anyone decided to take it, I'll just keep an alert right there. I don't know if anyone took it, but you have that there. 3 minute out full TP. So I'll just keep that marked up there. If we decide to look at it, our 10-minute snipe right there is still running. So yeah, great work amongst everyone here today. No losses today. We're back on track. So we recouped yesterday's loss. Everything else moving forward has been a win so far. So yeah, great work amongst everyone here. Let me see if there's any other profits here that you guys want to send over. Let me check out the K2 admin group, see what everyone's doing over here. So Josh locked in about 1,024. Let's see if anyone else here. So I see guys here, the K2 admins, they're all looking at the trades too. Some crazy spikes in price, guys. So this is why I'm being a little more careful than normal, because it is NFP. Plus there's just, it's just a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. So yeah, Josh took 2 trades right here. He locked in about, he took trades in both directions, actually. He took a sell. He's hitting it both ways. He took the sell, made 529. He took the buy that I took earlier too. He made 509. So for total, Josh is up 1,024 for the day. So these are all the profits from today. You guys can see the timestamp right here. This is everyone's profits for today. So everyone's kicking off the trading week, right? If you guys didn't trade yesterday, you guys definitely made a ton of profit today to make up for it. So yeah, other than that, I'm going to keep watching the charts. If the chart starts to slow down a little bit, I'm probably just going to call it a day, because you guys saw what happened right now, right? Like literally it was just going like slow, like not even moving. If I rewind this right here, price was barely moving. It was moving like not even 10 pips. It was moving like very slowly. And then all of a sudden, huge spike right there, right? I don't want to get caught in moves like this, because thankfully it moved in our direction. But if it didn't move in our direction, you guys would have been sweating, right? It would have been tripping out, getting all mad at me for not telling you guys to close out. So, with that said, you guys can see these candles have barely any movement, right? Look at this candle right here. It's a doji. We have like how many dojis back to back? We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dojis back to back. With that said, this is charging up for another breakout. It's going sideways. And what will probably happen it'll spike up or it'll spike down eventually, right? It's just going to spike. So this is why I don't want to enter a trade right now, because the last thing you want to do is enter a buy right here. And you're like, oh, Shawn told me enter a buy. And then all of a sudden it just spikes down. You're like, damn, should have just held off. So just keep that in mind. Our bias is still bullish right now. So don't get me wrong. I'm still looking for buys here, but with how the market's moving, you don't want to get caught in any whipsaws. This is why we use a mental stop loss, because if you had a stop loss placed there, you probably would have gotten burned. But since we don't, we're able to withstand any of this whipsaw action in the market. So let me just scroll over here real quick. Justin's asking, does a 1 minute work during Asia also? Just slower, I imagine. Yeah, very slow, Justin. So it does work during Asia, but like I was mentioning to you, I think yesterday, Justin, you asked about, if you get an opposite signal, right? What I would do, Justin, if you're wanting to trade during Asia, I would look on the 10-minute, make sure the bias is bullish, right? So right here, it's bullish because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So this is indicating, a bullish move on the 10-minute. I would go on the 10-minute and I would identify a snipe entry first. So like, for example, right here, see how we have a snipe entry right here? So from 650, right here on the 3-minute, I would just mark up the 650 here. And then if I saw some trades here for some buys, I would take them in that direction because we already got a trade running here on the 10-minute. So if you're on the 3-minute, I see a buy here, I'm going to take that. I see a buy right here, I'm going to take that. On the 1-minute, same situation. You know, like I said, 650 over here. That's where the snipe entry came up. So again, right here at 650, we technically have this already lined up here on the 10-minute, right? So I go back on the 1-minute over here, and every time I see a buy, I'm just going to hop into those buys, right? 1 minute right there. Like you said, it's going to move slower. It still works. It's just, it's going to move really slow. So I take a buy right there. You know, I take another buy right here. And that's how you could keep stacking this up, because you want to make sure that you're trading in the direction of the bias. Thing is, if you don't have a bias, you could be trading in any direction. You could get burnt. Like right here, you could get burnt right here. Because I mean, technically, you probably would have hit some TP right there. You would have hit your TP right there barely, but you could have possibly gone burnt if you were trading in the direction opposite of the bias. So just keep that in mind, Justin. If you want to do that, you know, it's really up to you if you want to, but it is going to be risky during Asia session. It works, but it is going to be risky. So just keep that in mind. You know, don't be surprised if things like backfire on you and you're like, damn, this thing is like, it's risky, because it is risky. So other than that, I think, yeah, I'll keep watching these charts for you guys to see if there's anything else to possibly enter. This 3 minutes still running. If anyone took it, it's about to hit TP. It looks like right there. I didn't take it myself because I was on the 1 minute, but whoever took the 3 minute, looks like it's about to hit TP right there for 250 pips. Yeah, it's pushing up all the way. It's pretty strong right now. And whoever's here still on this 10-minute as well, this might hit TP as well too. So we'll be watching this right here. If you guys have any other questions, you know, that's a good question that you asked, Justin. If you guys have any other questions about the strategies or help with anything, you know, trade psychology, I think trade psychology is one of the big things that a lot of people have a problem with. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I know you guys see me taking these 10 lots here, right? You guys got to keep in mind, I'm trading a 200K account. I saw a lot of people complain about blowing their accounts yesterday. You guys can't use 10 lots if you have a $1,000 account, guys, right? You guys got to use your brain. You guys got to use logic. What makes you think you can use a 10 lot if you're on a $1,000 account? You know, you're going to blow your account with like one trade, or like with it going into some drawdown. So just keep that in mind, guys, because I did see some people complain yesterday about their, you know, about blowing their accounts. It's impossible to blow your account if you use proper risk management. You know, you guys can't take the same lot size as me if you have an account that's like $1,000, right? Full TP again right there off the 3 minute. So there you go off that. Another one for whoever caught that. I didn't catch the trade, but you know, congrats to whoever did. So all wins today, guys. No losses, straight wins. So let me just give you guys this update right here for whoever caught that. Let's see. Yeah, so if you guys have questions here about using proper risk, I mean, this is your best time to ask me, because I don't want to see anyone blow their accounts. It's literally impossible to blow your account if you use proper risk, because we never lose here. Like we barely lose like a couple times a month. So if you guys are using too big of a lot size, you know, that's the problem. You guys shouldn't be focused on snipe full TP too. So there we go. Another full TP right there off the snipe entry. So congrats to everybody who took any of the trades I called today. All of them hit full TP, no losses. So there we go. Another full TP there. I think my time here is over. Because I'm just not really trying to get caught in any of these crazy movements, but yeah, I know, definitely. Let me see this over here real quick. All right, so we got everything right there. Full TP off that snipe. So guys, I mean, if you took any of the trades that I gave you guys today, you should have no losses. You should have straight blue screens today. No losses at all. But yeah, everything right here is pretty solid. All right, so let's see. Alan has a question over here. Alan said, hey, Shawn, what's your guidance on lot size for 50K account? So I'll give you guys a little breakdown right here of like what lot size to use if you're on a 50K account. Here's Mark. Mark locked in $44 for the day. Nice work, Mark. Straight wins right there. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a breakdown right here. I'm just going to mark it up right here. So depending on what you're, it's going to depend on what trade you're taking, right? So US 30 scalp stop loss points. So if you're doing the 1 minute scalp, it's 300 pip stop loss. 3 minute scalp, 500 pip stop loss. 10 minute snipe, 500 pip stop loss. I just deleted the thing. There you go. Okay. 10 minute snipe, 10 minute daily, 1500 pip stop loss. So this is one thing that you guys need to understand. A lot of people don't understand that everything has a different stop loss, right? I had a conversation with someone yesterday and they were completely lost when it came down to, they're like, oh, you don't have a stop loss. No, I do have a stop loss. It's just, you know, this red thing right here is a stop loss. It's just that you don't think we have a stop loss because we use a mental stop loss, but there is a stop loss there. So these are the stop losses that we have set for each move. Like if you're doing the 1 minute scalp, it's a 300 pip stop loss. 3 minute scalp, 500 pip stop loss. 10 minute scalp, 500 pip stop loss, or 10 minute snipe. And then the daily entry is 1500. So these are big differences, right? If you have a 1500K or 50K count, yeah, 50K count FTMO, signal there, 50K count FTMO lot sizes. So if you're doing the 1 minute scalp with 300 pip stop loss, you should be using, let me do the math real quick. So if I'm using a 10 lot, here, I'm gonna mark everything up right here just so that I could actually see what I'm looking at here. Actually, this is gonna be fine. 3 minute and 5 minute scalp. All right. 10 minute daily. All right, so I'll just do the math for you real quick because it's not really that difficult. Let me just see what your daily loss is for FTMO 50K. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to keep it within like 2 or 3 trades a day, or two or three losses a day. Okay, so if you have a 50K count, your max daily loss is 2,500, right? So this is a basic math equation right here. It's not that difficult at all. Anyone can do this. If you're doing a 1 lot, it's going to be 10 cents a pip, right? So if you're doing 1 lot right here, your stop loss is 300 pips. You know, 1 times. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, one lot's going to be $1 per pip. So the thing for this right here, if you're doing this, you know, 1 times 300, you're only going to be risking 300 bucks for that trade right there, right? For me, I use a 10 lot. So I use a 10 lot times 300. I'm risking 3,000, right? So your max loss for a 50K count is going to be, for the day, is going to be 2,500. Look, so if you do the math here, you just do 2,500. You want to take at least maybe 3 trades, 3 scalps where you can possibly lose, which are probably not going to happen. Divide that by 3. You're looking to lose maybe around 800 per trade, right? A little between 800 and 900. That's going to be for 1 trade. So like, for example, right here, if you're doing a 1 minute scalp for 300 pips, and you want to, you could probably use like a 2 lot or something like that. Let's see, 2 lot or 3 lot. So 3 times 300, that's kind of high. So like, it's going to be between a 2 and 3. So 2. So just depending on your risk, right? Depending on your risk, if you're doing bigger risk, 3 lots. If you're doing smaller risk, 2 lots, right? Because if you do that, you're only going to be risking about 600 to 900 risk, right? It's not that difficult. Like, you just do basic math. And then again, right here for this, for the 500 pip, I mean, it's the same difference, right? If you're doing 500 pips, you're gonna have to use a smaller lot size because you don't want to risk as much. So like, for example, here, 3 times 500, that's way too high, right? You're not going to be risking that much. So you want to do like maybe 2 times 500, 1,000. It's still kind of pushing it, but you can possibly use, I'd probably use maybe between 1.5. Okay, this is a little better. So you'd probably use between a 0.75, 1.5 lot size. So like for right here, you're only risking, so if you're doing a 1.5, you're risking 750. If you're using a, well, you're risking 375. So 375 and 750. 375. 750 risk. So that's gonna be your risk for that right there. And then obviously if you're doing the big move, the daily entry, that's gonna be a lot more, right? So like you probably use like less than one lot size. So maybe like a 0.50. Yeah. So this is gonna be a 0.25 to a 0.50. Lot size, which is gonna be 5 times 1500. So 375 to 750, same thing. So as you guys can see, you don't have, like, the thing you guys have to understand is using proper lot size. A lot of you guys use crazy lot sizes and you think that nothing's going to happen, right? You could blow your account that way if you go too heavy. So Alan, I'm pretty sure you're here on the live session because you did hear me, offer this advice. So like if you're using a 50K account size for FTMO, you should be, for the 1 minute scalps, you should be using between a 2 and 3 lot size. You'll be risking this much. Your max loss is 2,500. So you can lose about 3 times before you have to call it a day. We barely lose at all. So that shouldn't be a problem for you. Same with the 3 and 5 minute over here. You should be using this lot size. You'll be risking about this amount. This gives you the same amount of risk, right? You can still lose about 3 or more trades, 3 or 5 trades before you have to call it a day. And then here for the 10-minute daily, this is how much you should be using. So as you guys can see, it's not that difficult to calculate it. It's literally basic math. And a lot of you guys don't know basic math. So like, if you guys have any questions and you need help with it, I can help you with it, but you guys have to be very specific with your questions because I do get like hundreds of questions a day. If you guys look at my email, I still have like 200 emails I haven't gotten to from like the weekend. So just keep that in mind. If you guys have questions, be very specific with your questions and I can answer them. And I'm here to help you guys out, right? I don't want to see anyone blow accounts. There should be no reason for anyone to ever blow accounts. Trading with us here, right? Looking at everyone here, Tam. So Tam said slow and steady wins a race. She took small lot sizes, but she locked in almost 300 bucks. No losses today. So nice work, Tam. Yeah, you guys did pretty good today. Everyone did pretty solid. Looks like everyone, yeah, literally everyone did good today. So if you guys have any other profits, do you guys want to send over, feel free to send them over. Definitely no problem, Alan. Glad I can help you with that. But yeah, so if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask away. I think I'm done trading for the day. The FOMC is going to be speaking, or the Fed speaking, in about an hour or so, 9 o'clock. So in about 2 hours, they're going to be speaking, but it looks like volatility in the market is going to start dying down right now because, it's just getting a little, close to the news event. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, I can help you guys out. My main goal here is to help you guys out, make sure you guys are all profitable. Obviously, you can see here, everyone's profits shows that, we have the results to prove it. I have all my live sessions to prove it as well. If you guys want to see, I try to be as transparent as possible. So if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to go back and rewatch any of my live sessions, you guys can go on the YouTube channel. And if you guys want to learn the strategy that we're applying here to pretty much lock in the same profits everyone else is, like for Tam here, she took like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like almost 15 trades here, right? If you want to take more trades, like for example here, I only took 5 trades. I made some pretty nice profit. If you guys want to take more trades and do this on your own, like Alan over here, you guys can learn this strategy. Just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here and get access to the indicators and the strategy so that you guys can do this on your own. But yeah, let me see. Ken locked in about 258 today. Nice work, Ken. So all you guys did pretty good. Everyone did pretty solid. I don't see anyone here doing any bad. It looks like everyone has straight wins today. Mark has a couple losses here, but Mark's still getting the hang of things. So that's completely fine, but he did manage his risk properly. He took a loss there, covered it with that next win, took a loss there, covered that with his next win. small loss there, covered it with his next win, right? As long as you guys are covering your trades and locking in net profit overall for the day, that's completely fine. You know, Josh over here, he's straight wins. Alan over here, straight wins, all blue. I just looked at Mark. Nico over here, straight wins, all blue. Paul over here, straight wins right there. I want a Tesla. I forgot your name, bro, but his name is I want a Tesla. He just joined K2 recently. He has straight wins right there as well. Eunice too, all straight wins. If you guys want straight wins and consistency with your trading, you know, learn the strategy that we're all applying here. It's very simple, not that difficult at all. You can literally learn it within a few minutes. So other than that, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any other questions, you know, feel free to reach out to me on the, you know, on the Telegram. But other than that, let's see, Paul said almost at TP. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Sam said, awesome day. Thanks, Shawn, for explaining how to find more accurate 1 minute scalps. Yeah, definitely, Sam. You know, I have all the answers, guys. I've been trading for like 11 years now. So like, if you guys have any questions about trading, I probably have the answer for it. You know, I've made all the mistakes that I could. And I'm here to make sure that you guys don't make those same mistakes. But yeah, looking at Paul's trade over here. Okay, I'm trying to see where Paul's TP is at, but it looks like he's almost there. Or actually, no, I think you already hit Paul, right? So Paul, it looks like Paul already hit his TP, or maybe he moved it up a little bit, but he, this was the trade Paul was running earlier. He was up in profit about 1,289. He'll probably send his full profits a little later. He was on the 1 hour actually. So let me go over to that. Okay, I see what you're doing right here, Paul. Yeah, so Paul's trying to reach this area right here. He's on the 1 hour chart. So he's trying to let it push a little higher. So this is going to be the full TP right there off the 1 hour, which is probably going to hit eventually, because we do have that bullish bias. Looking at the Dow Jones over here, it's up 107 points. So the bias is clearly bullish for the fundamental side. Stocks here are straight green. So it looks good. It looks like it should play out for you, Paul. And I'm excited to see your profits at the end of the day, because you're probably going to have some fat profits once we go. Nice, nice. So Paul said stop losses and profits, so the trades are risk-free. Awesome. No, definitely. Smart move by you, Paul. All right, guys. So other than that, I think that's it for the day. I don't see any other questions. So I think we're going to call it a day. It's getting close to the news event later, so we don't want to get caught in any of this unusual market movement. So other than that, thanks for showing up, guys. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning as we continue on with this NFP trading week. So other than that, I'll catch you guys later, and I'll see you guys in the Telegram chat. So if you guys have questions, just reach out to me on there. I have a ton of emails to get through, so I might take a while to respond to you, but I will respond to you when I get a chance. So that's about it, guys. Enjoy your day. What I recommend is just step out. You know, don't keep forcing your trades, especially during the news events. You know, go walk your dog, go take a walk, go to the gym, go have breakfast, go have lunch, whatever you guys want to do. Just be careful on the charts. So other than that,